watching Fox 6 News at 9 with Ted Perry, Mary Stoker-Smith, Chief Meteorologist Vince Candela, and Tom Pippin Sports. Because your news team matters.
Once you've seen it, it's hard to believe there was actually any controversy about building the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C. It's a monument that was way too overdue, but now that it's here, there is a rush to get World War II veterans there to see it in person. Fox 6 photojournalist Jeremy Mews and I were recently invited to hop aboard the Stars and Stripes Honor Flight, and tonight, we'd like to take you along. When you have lived the lives they have led and accomplished the things they have done, you really ought to get to sleep in as late as you want. But on this Saturday, reveille comes even before dawn. Big day ahead. Sleep can wait. But if you ask them, most were too excited for shut-eye anyway.
We're gonna write this way down, big smile. One more just because. You're all set.
70 years ago, they started marching across Europe and sailing across the Pacific. And today, the generation that just wanted to look forward is being asked to board a plane and look back.
So they came home, by and large, put their duffel bag in the back hall, hugged their mom and dad, and went to work and got on with their lives.
Joe Dean is the chairman of the Stars and Stripes Honor Flight, which tries as often as it can to make sure members of the World War II generation feel the gratitude of those who lived lives they made possible.
They never asked for a thank you, but we feel that they so richly deserve one.
Thank you for your service and enjoy your day. Good morning. Welcome, veterans. How about a round of applause for our veterans joining us today?
It's a short flight to Washington, D.C., and when they land at Dulles, they don't quite know what to make of the Volunteer Welcoming Committee, which consists of civilians and current military members.
Many years ago, some of you volunteered to serve. Some of you didn't volunteer, but you did it anyway, and we appreciate it.
Watching all of this with a reporter's eye and distance is Carl Zimmerman, a face familiar to generations of Milwaukeeans. Before he became a news anchor here at TV6, he was Captain Carl Zimmerman, working as a correspondent for military news services. He covered troops in Africa and Europe in World War II. You're still in reporter mode, aren't you?
Yeah, it's right in your heart. Never leaves.
The first stop of the day is the World War II Memorial on the National Mall. Like the men and women at Honors, it is dignified, classic, sturdy, and honest. It does not hide the fact that war takes lives, 400,000 American lives in this case.
You relive a history here from 1941 until the end of the war.
Did they do it right?
Yes, this is magnificent. This is, I think, truly a beautiful tribute to those who served in World War II.
At 84, Whitefish Bay's Jerry Hill is the youngest member of this honor flight. Are you tired of everyone calling you kid today?
I love it, because otherwise I'm the ancient mariner, but today I'm the kid.
He joined the Merchant Marines as soon as he could, as the war was winding down. He is, at times, choked up at the sight of the monument itself and the effort made to bring him and other veterans here.
You're speechless as to how beautifully orchestrated this day has been.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Zimmerman and his son Rich, each vet comes with someone, search for the Wisconsin pillar of the memorial, and memories from many years ago start to flow.
I got so close to these guys in the infantry, in the front line. That's where there's a true love and a caring for one another. I've never seen it like it.
You're incredibly proud right now, aren't you?
Oh, of the guys I was with and other guys, yes, yes indeed.
One more time, a salute!
A group photo, and then on to other sites.
Oh yeah, this is a good picture.
Including the memorial built to honor World War II Marines.
Oh man, I'm impressed by these monuments. I can't believe them.
And as this day wears on, these men slowly seem more willing to accept credit few of them ever sought. A willingness to finally say, we done good, while still downplaying their own individual roles.
Well, we had some heroes, of course. I certainly wasn't one of them. I was an electrician and a minesweeper, a very responsible job, but I wasn't out there shooting guns or anything like that.
Charlie Bild of Greendale worked on a ship with one mission: to find enemy mines before they found American battleships.
Something to see, I'm telling you.
He quickly points out it was a job he did not volunteer for, but he didn't run from it either.
Well, I think they all have the same attitude I do, that we did it. And we weren't heroes. We were required to do it because it was our duty, and we did it. And I think that's what I appreciate when I see these guys. I see some of them are pretty darn old, that's for sure. And also, I'm kind of old too, I guess.
And it is that concession to age that makes the last stop of the day so poignant.
We're headed to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
Arlington National Cemetery, the final resting place for so many who served.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
There is an endearing combination of reverence and gallows humor. Every one of these men knows that their tombstone could have been etched decades ago.
And we all talked about the same thing, the fact that we're here and a lot of guys didn't make it, you know. So these are all bonus years, you know.
We can make light of death because we are getting very close to it. And all of the people that were here today, maybe next year, 25% of them will be gone.
His prediction may be depressingly accurate, as 900 World War II veterans die each day. But there isn't time to dwell on that now.
Raise your hand so we know where to find you. The envelopes will come to you.
Just when the men thought they could rest on the flight home, comes the second biggest surprise of the day.
Charles Potorf.
Honor Flight organizers have secretly gathered letters from the men's families and close friends. Carl Zimmerman calls out the mail call.
Sylvan Bronchinsky.
They are letters of thanks, of respect, of admiration.
That's kind of clever, you know. I get a big kick out of this.
These letters are unbelievable. From my grandchildren, from my daughters, and they're just telling how proud they are of me.
Glendale's Bill Abrahamson reads from his grandson's letter.
Growing up, I always was proud to have a grandfather who was willing to sacrifice everything.
What does it mean to you to get these letters?
Well, it's just topped the day.
Almost tops the day. 18 hours after starting at Mitchell Airport to fly out, they fly back in. And if they thought they could slip out quietly,
This is really something.
they were wrong.
Look at these people here for you.
God.
Here, let me get your picture facing
Are they
this
real
way.
people?
Greeting them at the gate are dozens of current military, standing tall, full salute, not so much as a blink. The mutual respect radiates. And this solemn salute begets the final and loudest surprise of the day.
Thank you very much, sir.
In the airport terminal, hundreds, some family, some not, gather in a welcome home pep rally that stuns a group of men who thought they'd seen it all.
This is wonderful. I feel like a politician.
One vet asked aloud who it was all for, and finally, realizing it was for him, it was for them.
Thank you.
They moved slowly down the receiving line, partially because it had been a very long day, and these are very old men, but mostly to finally let it all sink in.
Thank you. What a wonderful day.
It costs more than $500 to fly and feed and move each of those veterans around our nation's capital, and that money comes entirely from donations. Roundies underwrote the trip we were on. There are currently more than 400 vets on a waiting list. If you would like information on helping or getting someone on an upcoming flight, come to the link section of fox6now.com.
if you've never felt reverence, you watch that piece and you understand, you know, you really captured that. I love the last line. The guy said, "Who's all this for?"
He said to me, he said, "Who's it for?" I said, "It's for you."
Boy, was that nice. When and if are they going to fly again?
Great question. Right. I mentioned there are 400 people on the waiting list. They have plans again to fly in the spring. No date is set yet, so go to that website. If you know of somebody that wants to get on, they are committed to flying and keep flying until every World War II vet from our area who wants to go to Washington goes to Washington.
I know when you came back you were giddy. I remember talking to you about your experience talking to these guys.
These guys who I hope I can keep in contact with for a while because they were just so enjoyable to be around, and the respect that I have for them obviously is great. So.
Lovely piece. Great job.